Hey, this is Scott JARVIE, Photographer's Life, and we are at Mather Point in the Grand Canyon National Park. And I'm doing a small little mini review just to get the conversation started. If you'd like to leave some comments as to what you think is awesome about this particular location or different things that you've tried out, please leave those. I'm just starting it off, giving you some ideas of what to do. This is a sunrise here, and I'll go show you Mather. This is the tip of Mather Point, and there's a lot of people that come to this region because it's closely located to the visitor center and the bus stops. In fact, two of the buses pick up and drop off here. So there's a huge parking lot that everyone can kind of park at. So this is a very popular spot. If you see over there, this is only a small fraction of what it was before sunrise and right up into sunrise. So right about sunrise, everyone kind of left, and that's going to be the same for sunset. There's going to be a lot of people here, and then right at sunset, they'll all disperse. And you can kind of stay here longer. So this could be a popular spot for some night pictures, especially the canyon obviously gets very dark. So if there's a decent moon, maybe half up into full, it's going to light up the canyon pretty well. And hopefully the moon won't be in your picture itself, and you can get stars lit up pretty nicely. So that's Mather Point. It's got a good view of that side, even better than this side over here. Sunrise, especially in the winter, is going to be a little bit obstructed by this particular part, but in the summer it should be a little bit more viewable with the canyon foreground. Alright, I tend to use 24 to 70 quite a bit around here, and a polarizer because you're facing north a lot of the time, which means that's the best angle for the polarization, and there's a lot of haze throughout the canyon, so it cuts down a lot on that polarization. And like with all the places here throughout the canyon, there's not many places that like jut up a lot. If you're up on top, it's very level, which means these gradual neutral density filters work awesome. So you can have you can darken the skies if they're too bright and you think, oh, I have to do HDR. No, you can use gradual neutral density, and it should work out great. There is quite the walk around, so don't just think of the point itself. There is a walk throughout this area, and it's all got a fence all around it. But the fence is pretty low. It's pretty easy to get it over. In fact, you could probably even put, if you got a pretty tall type tripod, put 1 foot on the other side if you were really wanting to kind of angle downwards. Tripods are great for the early morning. You want to usually do a higher f-stop to get most of the view in focus. And so you may be getting into the lower than a 30th of a second region, and just in general, it's a good idea to do the lower or the higher f-stop, which means the lower aperture. Sorry, getting confused here. It's just so early in the morning. So tripods are just great to use for this particular point, obviously. So yeah, in recap, expect a lot of people, but the thing is, there's no one you set up here at the railing, there's no one in front of you because it's a cliff. So it's not a big deal. I was there where there's maybe 200-300 people this morning out on the point, a just huge tour group, and I was able to take pictures just fine. Maybe I wasn't able to go to all the spots that I wanted to stand, but it didn't really matter too much. I was in the spot I wanted to the most. All right, as you can see how the light lights it up, even from the beginning when we first got here to now, it's changed quite a bit. So stick around, get the change of light, get here before it starts, and stay much further after. See, everyone at the point over there they're already gone, but the light just keeps on changing. They weren't photographers, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so the visitor center is just a hop, skip, and a jump over there. There are plenty of nice little walking paths with shrubbery around here. And there is an amphitheater over here as well, where I suppose that they do ranger talks and all that sort of stuff. You can find some features like this one in the foreground to use as foreground. But on this side itself, there doesn't seem to be as much redness in the rocks. It's very, well, it's not red. And there's obviously lots of bathrooms and parking in this area. And now there's a ranger-led program at 11. There are brochures to give you some ideas of where to walk to. There will frequently be wildlife and deer in this area. Alright, so if you don't have a ton of time to walk, to take the shuttles to other locations like on the Hermit Road or drive to Desert View or or Yaqui Point, this would be a great spot. You can walk around the rim. This is just past the amphitheater, so you can get things like this in the foreground. And there are spots without railing. So you can come out here a little bit at your own risk. I don't know if it's necessarily approved. And get some fun pictures. Again, polarizer, I just, stressing that again, super helpful. And if it snows, just after it snows, it looks great. If too many days after snow, it's like over a week. So there's not any over in the canyon itself, and that's usually pretty awesome if you get that view. All right, so now that you got a couple of my thoughts, feel free to leave some suggestions in the comments, some things that they may want to try out. I did not put everything in here. I'm not an expert. I just have some thoughts. I take great pictures, though. So, yeah. Go ahead and watch some of the other videos of different locations throughout the canyon. I just hope you enjoy the introductory view of Mather Point, and you get to see a little bit what it looks like in case you're coming over here. Go ahead and check out some more pictures, obviously online, just get some other ideas. And enjoy!